What was it kind of seeing like your life and whatever else you wrote for the story kind of come to light in this movie?
Started like deeply, deeply personal stuff for me, but it also grew out from there, you know, between collaborating with Calvin, using things from my family's life, my girlfriend's life, and like it all kind of builds together to where it's this is super, super personal, near and dear thing that also becomes bigger than you and like a lot of connected with a lot of human beings you really care about. Doing it, we had some hard nights between just like shooting some very emotional, hard scenes to recreating some very traumatic stuff. But then overall making it was the best summer of my life.
Because you could have easily ended it at where Tyler did the thing.
Yes.
And like, you know, had like a little bit, but what made you want to be like, no, we're going to show it from this person's perspective now?
Didn't want to just end in a terrible, terrible place. I kind of got excited a lot. Like one thing I got excited about is kind of understanding how this tragedy can transpire, but then trying to heal as much as possible after that, like after the worst possible thing happens, like can we find some healing? Can we grow?
Film took, he said, like 10 years to kind of come to fruition.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long?
Didn't know what it was for a long time. I think I had to live life too to figure out what it was, you know? Even, I mean, initially it was just music and teens, but you hold on to an idea and it keeps evolving, you know, and living through life. And then it was like Tyler's story evolved, but that wasn't enough. And then it was like, oh, wait, having an epiphany. It could be two parts. It could be, this is what it's really about. And I really just think growing as a human being, I hope, and having perspective for life and like kind of putting all these feelings in a range of stuff together. It just took time.
The thing that stuck out to me in the movie was how, like, the aspect ratios of the frames. Can you kind of explain how you went from like wide to like tighter then back?
The movie's starting wide, full frame, hopefully feeling the full evolving world of Tyler, and then basically as his world starts dismantling and his experience as he's going on this very sad downward spiral, the movie's seizing in on you. Hopefully then we do the opposite with Emily, because her story is an opposite trajectory. Hers starts where her world has already fallen apart, but she's trying to heal. She's trying to forgive, trying to love herself again, and like hopefully it feels like the screen's opening back up and a burden's being lifted off of. So if before it was like a panic attack seizing in, yeah, now it's like a burden's lifted off and we're opening back up to the world. The movie thematically is really about dichotomies in our lives, you know? Highs and lows, good and bad, love and hate, pain and beauty, all this stuff in our experience, you know, from those polar opposites, but then the gray area in between that connects it all together. And I just got excited at the idea of literally splitting the movie in half to make it dichotomy and make it through different point of views, through a brother and a sister, you know, through a man and a woman, and all that stuff kind of wrapped together and got me really excited.